I'm Dr. Thava. This is my PhD thesis. This is my journal. Writing an impactful journal, PhD proposal, and thesis is difficult, and many struggle to articulate their thoughts and ideas into a reputable journal and final thesis. But now, with our method and strategy, you can achieve just that. Over the past 7 years, we have helped over 56,000 followers in both our Facebook group and page on proofreading, paraphrasing, structuring, consulting, and coaching for journals, PhD proposals, theses, CVs, and many more. Our most prized expertise that no other software or company can provide is our language warranty scheme for all of our proofreading services. Oh, wait, we're not done yet. On top of that, we also provide free revisions for all of our consultancy services. With that said, your journal will be published, KPI will be met, your proposal, thesis will be completed, and you will graduate. Now, we would like to offer you a limited discount of 30% for all of proofreading and paraphrasing services right now. Grab it while you can. Hello. Very good morning to everyone. Hope all of you are having a very good weekend. I am Dr. Thava. Thank you for joining me today. So I really need your help to share the session and tag your friends in the comment columns. The number looks rather low today because it's a weekend, Saturday. And also I've changed from 11 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. because it takes time for me to come to office. So good morning to everyone. Good morning, Miss Ida. Good morning, Miss Ida. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Ms. Nur Shamtul. Thank you for tagging your friends. Please keep sharing the session and please tag your friends. Today, we're going to look at how to publish in high-impact journals. Some of the essential points in high-impact journals. Actually, I've ran many Q1 journal writing workshop for many years now. Okay, for many years all over Malaysia. We went and up to Sabah, Sarawak. Before COVID, I was supposed to go to Indonesia, but after COVID, the border closed down, so I couldn't make it to Indonesia. But whole over Malaysia, I've covered everywhere, both private and universities, private organizers and universities. So normally I run workshops through Elsevier template writing. I have my own template that I created based on Elsevier papers, usually. So that is what I'm going to share a bit on today. What actually requires for you to get into high impact journals. Okay, that's the whole goal today. All right. So previously we have already finished chapter 1 background writing last week. This week. I forgot. It's this week. And then 2 days ago we had a special new initiative, something I call Help Day. Help Day, ask Dr. Thava anything. Okay. So that is basically dedicated for question and answer. You ask, I answer, and we progress together. Okay, so that is what we call Help Day. So there'll be 2 sessions. One was 2 days ago. One more is coming, excuse me, on 5th February. Okay, very soon. So here, today we're going to look into this. Next week, we are coming up with comprehensive chapter 1 template. That's very important. So please go and spread the message about this. And 6th February is going to be on a formulation of research questions. 10 February is how to solve 10 biggest struggles of PhD students. And followed by 13 February, 3 approaches to qualitative content analysis. Very rarely I work on qualitative because most of my clients don't really work on qualitative. But we do provide services of NVO, Atlas TI, and so on and so forth. Okay, all right. So I'm going to share on that. So for those who are still watching us, don't forget to do these 3 things. Okay, you have to do these 3 things before we continue. Okay, so you got step 1, step 2, and step 3. Okay, all right. So step 1, you have to hit the share button down there, and you also have to hit the love button on your right hand side. Okay, so please love the session. Hit the share button. Once you hit the share button, step 2, share it to group page profile. So you'll see something like this with something like that underneath, depends on your phone. So you can write the post, share it across group. page, your own profile, and so on, or you can copy the link, share it wherever you want. Okay, or you can share it to any groups that you want. You can go share it in doctorate support group, SLR group, my own group, effective academic writing, so many different groups, to make sure that it reaches everyone. Why that's important? Because this is totally free, and the number is not growing because Facebook is truly limiting the audience. As your page followers grow in Facebook, they want to monetize. Obviously, every company wants to monetize, so they limit your reach. Excuse me. So therefore, it's important that you help me out to make me reach to other people, to help them as well. Okay, so excuse me for a moment. Okay, so step 3 is where you need to tag your friends. So use @ in the comment column and tag your friends. Okay, so I hope that was informative enough. Next step would be our session today. Okay, our session today, how to publish in high impact journal, 5 different sessions. Okay, we're going to look at 5 different sections. Excuse me. So we are looking at January, February topic 3 today, how to publish in high impact journal, 5 different sections. Okay, so we have Jaswin Kaur. Hi, Miss Jaswin, good morning. Excuse me. And we have me, Dr. Sukfun, who joined us. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's start. Okay, where do I go and find all the previous sections? Okay, all the previous sessions, all the previous videos by Dr. Thava. Where do I go and find it? Where do I go and watch it? I always get these questions in Messenger, chat box, page, and so on. Where do I go and find this? Okay, actually, you can go to my page. Okay, and there's a playlist where I always populate with all the videos. It's called Free Facebook Classes. This is the link right here. All you need to do is to type this link, bit.ly/ Dr. Thava videos. Okay, so this is where you can find all the videos and all of the additional videos as well. Okay, so I hope that's clear. In order to always follow my live sessions when I go live, because as I told you, Facebook would not notify everyone. So as I need your help to share and tag your friends, whoever wants to join us, it's also important that you join our group, Effective Academic Writing. We have 36,000 members already. So when I go live, I'll go live simultaneously in both group or page. You will receive notification one way or another from each of these location. Okay. So therefore, it's important to scan this, join us, scan this, like our page. Okay. So you will get notification from either of it. All right. So we have a question here right before we start. Ms. Justin, I'm just a beginner into masters, and could you elaborate more about what is journal, what is publishing journals? Why do we need to publish journals? Okay, so let me just explain. That is a very good question actually. First of all, your first question, what is journal? Journal is a peer-reviewed material, a peer-reviewed artifact actually, a peer-reviewed artifact that you write to inform the whole world on what is your current research progress and your findings. Okay, many companies had made journal into a business, but the entire objective is to write something that you have found something new in terms of results that you want to share with the rest of the world. Why we need peer review? Because you cannot keep sharing and publishing all crappy stuff. Okay, therefore it is important that you publish only high quality stuff in high quality journals to make your readers time worthwhile and to make the entire scientific discovery worthwhile. Therefore you have peer reviewers who are experts, okay, who have published a lot of good high impact ISI or Scopus journals. Okay, high impact means ISI journals that will peer review your papers. Okay, so that is the first answer. Second thing, what is publishing journals? Basically, you'll go through a couple of steps to go through submission, peer review, revision, and acceptance. So those are all the process of publishing journals. Why do we need to publish journals? I think I have already answered that as well. Why? That is for scientific discovery, basically. Okay, so again, for those who just joined us today, there are many who wants to know how to publish in high impact journals and so on. I'll give you some very important key points today. So please hit the share button and don't forget to tag your friends in the comment columns. Okay, all right, so let's go to the next step. What is actually high impact journals? How do you find it? Okay, where do you go and find high impact journals? Well, basically, these are all the very well-known high-impact journals. Okay, these are very well-known. Okay, now in publishing, there are actually two different things. One is traditional hybrid journal. One more is open access. Okay, open access is everyone is going towards open access because it is quick. They actually process very fast. To a certain extent, they are fast, and you don't need to wait for years. Okay, but the only problem is open access. It's and also one more good thing is your citation rate will increase. Okay, your citation rate will increase because anyone will be able to read and cite your papers. Okay, so therefore, open access is good, no restriction to read, but you have to fork out the upfront cost. So maybe if you have multiple authors that can share the cost, or if you have a grant that can pay for that open access cost. Okay, all right. Next part is the traditional hybrid journal. This is all open access. This is the traditional hybrid journals where you don't need to pay. You can choose to pay if you want to. If you don't want, that's okay. It is free of charge, but it's very highly reputable. Okay, very highly reputable. But the reach might be slightly lower. Might be. I'm not telling you it will be. Might be because not everyone can get the subscription. Okay, not everyone. All right, not every university subscribe to all the journals. Okay, so we have MDPI, IEEE access, plus one scientific reports are all 100% open access. There is no way you can publish in these journals without paying. Okay. Now, how much does it cost? Well, if you're from Malaysia, you will know what is Produa Myvi. It will cost slightly more than a Produa Myvi's down payment. Okay, all right, or slightly more than your holiday. Okay, the local holiday. Okay, local countrywide holiday. For everyone else, I don't know how much car is worth in your country, in your countries, but I can tell you it will go more than 1,000 USD. Okay, all right. On the other hand, this side, these are all free. Okay, these are all free. You don't need to pay a penny. Sometimes takes very long to publish. Okay, because they go through the traditional process. They don't give any incentive for their reviewers and so on. So they take their sweet time to review. Sometimes it takes few reviewers to agree, some reject, and so on. So the whole thing is very complicated. Okay, so we have a question here. Hi, doctor. Hi, Miss Nafas. I've sent my paper to ISI Journal, but it's rejected. Resubmit major correction. How can easily for me to submit ISI? Can you give me some tips? Okay, ISI paper is not easy. First of all, it is not easy at all. It is very, very tough. Okay. I have personally published more than 60 ISI papers. I could have reached 100, 200 by now. But after 2000, after I started proofreading by UK PhD, okay, my company, I slowed down on the publishing. I went up on the consulting. Okay. So I've consulted more than 12,000 documents now. All right. Consulted, proofread, all those things. So it's not an easy process. It is a very, very tough process. If your paper is solid, two important things is required in an ISI paper: solid idea, solid contribution, that means solid takeaway message that you can contribute to the paper. Second, solid language, solid presentation. I mean, everything must be crystal clear with perfect language. These two are crucial. Okay, if you're just going to use Grammarly, if your English is very basic, you're just going to use Grammarly to submit to ISI Q1 journal and get it published, I would say your chances are very, very low. Okay, very, 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 very low. Because Grammarly only does grammar. Anyone can do grammar. Grammar is easy stuff. Okay, people are amazed with Grammarly, but Grammarly is doing very simple stuff. It's only checking grammar, nothing much than that. Okay, it won't understand your context, it won't understand your content. So if you're going to use just Grammarly to go for, people will say Grammarly, ask them, have you submitted a Grammarly with ISI Q1 journal? Have you proofread with that and get it accepted? Tell me the truth. Let them answer you. Okay, all right. So I hope I've answered. So guys, come on, chop chop. If you haven't shared the session, please share. The numbers are very low. Please tag your friends. Okay, tag your friends so they'll be able to join us today. Okay. So you have to look at two different websites for journal. Scopus doesn't have impact factor, so we cannot call it high impact paper. We can call it Q1, Q2 papers. Okay. The term high impact for Scopus is actually wrong. When they say high impact means they refer to impact factor. Impact factor is something only belongs to Web of Science. Okay, here, right here. Okay, so do all of you know what is impact factor? Please answer if you know what is impact factor. If you don't know, I will try to explain. Okay, all right. So for you to look for ISI journal, you have to go to this website. For you to look at Scopus journals, you have to go to scopus.com or simagojr.com. For ISI, you have to go to Clarivate Web of Science to look for ISI journals. Okay. If you want to publish in ISI journals, always try to stick with these brands. These are big brands. Okay, this is like Apple kind of thing for publisher for journals. So I would advise you to stick with this. Okay, because there are many scam stuff going on. Many people are scamming with all these predatory journals. Be very, very careful with that. Okay, all right. So let's go to the next part. Q&A. I want to ask you some questions. Okay, I want to ask you some questions. If you want to publish a paper, okay, you guys, how do you look for a journal? Answer me now. Okay, how do you look for a journal? Actually, yes, Nature Publishing. I actually forgot that. Okay, no, Nature Publishing is here. I've already included scientific reports. It's part of Nature Publishing. Okay, it is from Nature. All right, that's why I now include the Nature alone, standalone. Impact factor is basically a measure of a citation that a journal receives relative to the paper that is being published over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So it's all about citation. That's impact factor. Okay. All right. So we have answer here. Hakim said he will look in Simago. Okay, so everyone keep answering. While answering, guys, for those who just joined us, please kindly hit the share button. Share button is right down there. Hit the share button, share it across group, effective academic writing, doctorate support group, SLR group, postgraduate group, UITM group, wherever, just share it. And don't forget to tag your friends in the comment column. Okay, don't forget to do that. Okay, so JCR, journal citation ranking. Okay, fine. Web of Science master list. Okay. Aisha said based on your field of study. Okay. Thank you for tagging. I appreciate that. Doctor, I messaged you yesterday. There was no reply. Oh my goodness, trust me, I'm receiving so many WhatsApps. I'm about to clear after this session. Okay, because since morning I'm preparing for this. All right, I'm really sorry. I'll definitely respond. Too many clients are looking for us to get their papers and thesis done, and get it proofread and so on. All right, I'm really sorry. Journal finder, fantastic. Okay. So there's another question. Hi, Dr. Tawa. Do we write the paper first, then look for the journal to publish, or vice versa? Actually, you should always look for the journal first, and then only you write the paper. Because you know why? There is something called word limit, and then you also need to know the journal standard before you start writing. So always look for the journal first. Scopus and WOS. How to ranking of journal, or that one you have to talk to the journal indexing guys. You have to talk to Simago, Scopus, or you have to talk to Web of Science. Okay, all right. So guys, come on, the numbers are very low. Please hit love button, guys. Okay, hit love button, share the session, and tag your friends in the comment column. Let's go and find the answer. Okay, the answer is technique one. You can use journal finder. Very simple. You rather than looking at Simago or WOS, it's overwhelmed. Too many journals. Okay, how do you decide? It's too many. So what you can do, you can also, another method that is not wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay, you can also look at, just to repeat, we are only in second part now. We have 5 parts to go. We're only in second part now. So stay with me. Don't leave yet. We have 3 more important parts to cover today. Okay, so how to find journals? First of all, technique one, journal finder. Okay, Web of Science, Imago websites are also good, but this every journal, good journals will have this tool for you to exactly what do you call that, narrow down to your journal. Okay. Okay, so how to rank of journal? Okay, yeah. Okay, so next technique is the best technique, guys, that all of you missed out. The best technique. Select from the journal that you read. Okay, that means if you read something always from Elsevier, all these people publish in Elsevier, then go for that journal. Okay, make sure your paper is as that good, go for that. Or when you look at certain journal, you look at the reference list, which paper they are citing. Obviously, those journals are from your same area as well. Those references can tell you where you need to publish. See, these are shortcuts that you can easily do. You don't even need to go and look for journal finder, WOS, Scopus, all these things. You don't need to waste your time. The papers that you read every day, okay, that your literature review, that will tell you where to go and publish your paper. Very simple. That is the most straightforward method. Okay, all right. So I hope that is clear. Any questions here, please ask. Now we are moving to third part. Okay, third important part. Okay, we got two more to go now. Only third part. How to publish in high impact journals. These are some of the hints and tips and skills that you need to get into. I'm not going to tell you how to write a paper in a live session. That is going to be crazy. Okay, that requires a day or two to explain. But I'm going to tell you certain parts that you need to tweak for you to get into high impact papers. All right, that's what I'm going to do now. So first of all, the first and outmost most important thing is you must do good research. Don't do useless research or very easy research and then expect to get it into high impact paper. You have to understand you need reviewers to review a paper and get it through. All right. If they look at a paper, it's very simple. They're not going to let it go through. Okay. They're not going to let it. All right. So we have another new joiner. Hi, Asma. How are you? Thank you for joining. Okay. So next thing, formulate an important RQRO or multiples of that. That means it must be very complex. It must be very, very important that you need to address this RQRO. The motivation should be very high. Okay. If you're going to put very simple RQ, how to find employees satisfaction in a job in an organization. Sorry, you can kiss goodbye. No way you're going to get ISIQ1 journal. That is a very straightforward thing. Everyone doing it. You're supposed to be more complex than that. Okay, all right. So keep that in mind. Next thing is do not work alone. Okay, do not work alone because high impact paper takes a lot of effort. You need multiple experiences to step in to come and assist you. Okay, so do not work alone. Next thing, you must have solid research methodology. Very, very solid. Research methodology, when I say solid, means okay, let me ask you, what when it comes to research methodology, what do you have in mind? What would you want your research methodology to be? Do answer to the question. Let me tell you, when it comes to solid research methodology, okay, I'm talking about not just quantitative. It could be quanti and quali. It could be quanti, quali, online research, and experimental, whatever. And then it could be quanti with very, very complex research design. That means like very complex framework. It could be just experimental design. It could be a mathematical theoretical derivation. This the research methodology must be outstanding. That's what I'm trying to say. It must be outstanding. Okay. Next thing, you must have amazing results. Amazing results. You must have results that jumps out of the page. Okay. If you go with very simple results, okay, simple results, it'll be very, very tough to get into. All right. So we have a question here. That means results must have novelty. Yes, definitely. That's what high impact is. See, I am a Q1 journal reviewer. I don't actually publicize that. That's a very simple thing. Okay, that is a very straightforward thing. I became a Q1 reviewer journal when I was a second year PhD student. Okay, when I already published my first Q1 journal, I already became a reviewer. So that's a very simple thing to do. There's nothing to be woo-ha about it. Okay, but when I review a journal, when I become a journal reviewer, I will never let a journal get into the paper unless I know it's equivalent to my standard. So you have to understand that. I went through hell before I published my first Q1. I'm not going to let the other paper to go through easily. I must make sure that that paper has the standard. Okay. So be very, very careful there. So there is where you must have very amazing results. We have another question from Miss Abirami. Doctor, would you recommend publishing a journal introduced in 2020 where all other journals from the publisher are high impact ones? Yeah, that's okay, no problem. As long as you want it to be, you're not bothered about impact factor now, you're not bothered about being ISI Q1, Q2 now, you can go ahead, no problem. Okay. Short communication must be very crispy. Okay, must be very not crispy, very crisp, very short, very compact, straight to the point without missing any information. I like short communication because it's very effective, very quick to write. Okay. Next thing, let's say you don't have results. Okay, then you can opt for scoping or SLR with solid review. Okay, with solid review papers. Those doesn't need you to have data. Those doesn't need you to have any kind of data collection analysis whatsoever. This is purely review paper, purely for you to read and review papers and then start writing, go through the whole process of Prisma to make sure that you know how to filter and select the right journals, explain all the methods done. It's straightforward, like the same process for every other paper, but make sure your review paper is very, very strong in terms of giving something groundbreaking that people cannot even expect. Okay, all right, that is the important part of it. So we have a question from Omer. Hi, Omer, how are you? Some high impact journals have double standards. Okay, do explain on that, please. Do elaborate on that. I would like to hear that, please. Thank you. Next thing, important thing, no matter how good your results, no matter how good your methodology, no matter how good your introduction in literature, let it be the first Einstein papers equivalent and so on. If your writing is not solid, if it's not having a flow, if it's, sorry, let me close this. If it's all over the place, okay, doesn't make sense, but then you have very impactful results, sorry, it will be rejected. Solid writing is very, 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 very crucial. Okay. Next thing is, don't change anything after proofreading. Okay. If language is not, if English is not a first language, then you intend to send for proofreading, paraphrasing, structuring, and so on. So once you do that whole process, you shouldn't change anything. Okay. I had a client yesterday night who changed everything, almost everything, and then got the paper rejected, and they said language problem. And then he blamed me. He said, why my paper got rejected? Third time, they say language problem. I said, first paper got rejected is because of your content. Look at the content. Second thing, well, because we have a comparison tool, we can easily compare and say you have changed all these parts. I asked him. He said, yes, I changed. I sent. It should be accepted because I proofread already. What are you supposed to say? You highlighted, you changed new parts with your own English, you highlighted, you sent, and then you expect the reviewer to let you go because you have proofread the rest of the papers. That doesn't make sense. So you have to understand the logic of it. Okay, the logic of it. You ask someone to come and clean your floor, and then you make it dirty again. All right, and then inform everyone else, you know what, see, look at my floor is still clean because I asked someone else to come and clean. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Once you already proofread, don't change anything. In case if you change something, you must highlight, send it back to your proofreader for cleaning up again before you show it to the rest of the world. Okay, that is the right process. So don't change anything after proofreading, including your thesis, including your journal. Okay. There's a question. Maybe in the next live, can you teach us how to make our paper solid? The steps of each segment in paper writing. That requires a whole workshop. That's what I do my workshop in. Okay, so I would suggest you to come and join my workshop, which I'll be organizing one coming February. Dr. Asma is here watching. She is my organizer. There is one coming just specifically for that, following a template that I alone design and I alone have it for rest of the world. Okay, all right. So please come and join me. Just wait for my announcement. All right. Next thing, we have a question from Miss Aisha. Is it possible to publish a proposal in high impact journal, meaning no result yet, haven't been done yet? Yes, you can if you convert that into an SLR or scoping review paper. Yes, you can. But like I said, the review must be outstanding. Okay. All right. So I hope this is clear. Let's go to the next. Now only third part. You still got 4 and 5. So please stay with me. Okay. For those who just joined me, I can see a lot of new joiners coming in. Please, 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 guys, kindly hit the share button. Share it across groups, page, and your own personal profile. Page group wise, you can go to Doctor Support Group, SLR Group, Dr. Heroes Group, my group, Effective Academy Writing. Please share that as well. Share it in a UITM group, UPM group, postgraduate group, wherever you feel like sharing, please go and share. Okay, this is important information for all of them struggling to publish in high impact papers. These are tips coming from me, who had already worked on more than 12,000 papers throughout my whole consulting journey. Okay, all right. So that is how you can achieve high impact journal if you don't have results. All right. And don't forget, for the new joiners, in the comment column, please tag your friends. Okay, please tag your friends. Okay, how do I know so much about publishing in Q1 journal? How do I know so much about publishing in different areas? How am I so sure? This is just the results of my clients shared with me over this week. Okay, over this week that they got recently published and so on. Most of these are Q1 papers. Just this week, most of these are Q1 ISI papers. Q1, 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 also Q1. This is Scopus Q1. Okay, just this week 6 papers already. All right. Okay, so for my entire portfolio, you can easily go to our Facebook page called Proofreading by UK PhD. Okay, this is our collection that I have not actually updated yet, but that you can see my some of my important collections. Okay, so it will keep going. All right, so these are some of our collections for you to go and see why I know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, as simple as that. Okay, so It's important to publish in high impact journal. No one asked yet, why is it important to actually publish in high impact journals? Well, without publishing in high impact journals, how do you grade yourself as a good researcher? My question is simply that if you do a very good research, you must be able to challenge yourself, go for high impact journal, get it published there. Then only you can grade yourself as A plus researcher. If you cannot go beyond Scopus, if you cannot go beyond ERA, you cannot go beyond non-indexed journal, then your research you need to improve a lot. As simple as that. Okay, all right. So we have a question here. Doctor, if you publish in a recently introduced journal when it gets an impact factor after 3 years, then my paper will consider as an ISI paper. Yes, of course, definitely, definitely. Why not? Yes, it will be considered. Okay, okay. Now coming back to number 3 again, just to introduce this part. I told you this, right? Don't change anything after proofreading. Why? Because us proofreading by UK PhD. Okay, myself, I forgot to remove number 8 now because I was rushing in the morning. Very sorry. Okay, this is the services that we provide in terms of language, and we are the only firm, okay, only firm that provide language warranty. Okay, I was just talking to Prof Bintang earlier. Her paper was given back. They asked you to improve some parts of the language. I say no problem. I'll check everything for free except for new parts added. I'll charge you just for that one page only. The rest we will check back for free. We won't abandon you. That is a promise. Okay, so we provide language warranty so long you take the recommended services, because once I look at a paper, I know this paper requires what. This paper requires just proofreading editing, this paper requires proofreading editing and structuring, or this paper requires paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is not only for plagiarism. Paraphrasing can be done even for very, very poor English. And some paraphrasing, I know it will be so poor that I need to add structuring as well. So that's how I package it for my clients. Okay, when you send to us paper, you always put up there, we recommend. What do we recommend? Sometimes we recommend proofreading, editing, structuring, but sometimes even the client don't trust their paper. They'll be like, no, Dr. Thava, I think you just do paraphrasing also for me. Like, do together. It's okay. I don't care about the cost. Just do it for me. So then those kind of situation, we understand, because we cannot push clients so much. So whatever minimum requirement, we'll try to do it. Okay, all right. So not only for papers, for journals, we are offering a special discount as well, and as well as thesis. Okay, for thesis, we are offering up to 30%. Up to 30% means from certain page count onwards, the discount will start from 10%, 20%, 30%. Okay, all right. So even journal papers, if it's more than 30 pages, you will get 10% discount. Okay, this is as this promotion started last year MCO. Since we are still in MCO, still there's a lot of demand. Just this week itself, we already received, I think, 9 theses so far. Therefore, I just keep it going just to help out the students. Okay, all right. So this one, this ultimate thesis package, we include proofreading, translation, formatting services as well. We can format your journal according to your journal spec that you want to publish as well. So don't worry about that. Okay, all right. So so we have a comment here. Hi, Dr. from Miss Leonardo. Hi, Dr. Thava. Most of high impact journal need to be paid. How can we identify any high impact journal that offer no article processing charge? I just checked. I think probably just joined. So since you just joined, don't forget to share the session. Okay. In the earlier slide itself, I already shared which ones are free, which ones are paid. Okay. All right. So let me just quickly show you that. Okay. These are all free. These are all paid. Okay. So just for your knowledge, so you can always rewind the session later to see what I've explained. Okay, so now let's continue. We're chasing against time. So once you finish all the services, please, if you don't do proofreading from me also, never mind. If you do anyone else, please don't change before you submit. It's a very wrong thing to do. Okay, you get someone to come and clean up, and then you layer another layer of dirt again. It's like that. I'm not telling you language is dirt. It will get you into trouble. Okay, so please don't do that. Okay. So we have another question. Miss Chitra, please advise how to register for the February workshop later. Dr. Asma, requirement for workshop, please kindly look into it. Miss Chitra, later you can PM me. I'll connect you to my workshop organizer. Okay, I don't organize workshop. I don't have time. So I have my specific designated person who organizes all the workshops for me. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Next question. Doctor, would you suggest us to reach you before submitting the draft to supervisor, or would you prefer once I get his comment incorporate? That depends on your supervisor, actually, Ms. Abhirami. That depends. If your supervisor is very fussy, your supervisor is very, very strict in terms of language, then yes, you proofread first, then you go to him. Okay. If your supervisor is okay, I would recommend you to go to your supervisor, get all the comments, incorporate, then only come to us. Because once I finish, if possible, I want you to just submit. Don't change anything anymore. Okay, all right. I hope I'm clear. Thank you very much, Miss Lina. No problem. Please watch it later again. Okay, Miss Irma, Doctor, I'm amazed how I'm able to produce so many papers in short time, like superhero. No, no, I have a fantastic team. And since we are going towards ISO standard, our company, the only proofreading company in Malaysia is going towards ISO standard, because we are doing a lot of annual reports, corporate reports, and government link documents from many ministries. So therefore, ISO is important for us. Okay. So therefore, we have very strong ecosystem where we have editors, we have quality team, we have me sitting. So we work very well in that manner. Okay, it's not an easy task. I can assure that to you. But so far we are leading globally. Okay, due to our very very meticulous and customer centric system. Okay, all right. So don't forget, guys, catch up with the promotion before this goes away. Okay, when the requirement goes down, when people already starting to accumulate money, then I will remove this promotion. This is only for short while. Okay, all right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Miss Irma. I appreciate that. Okay. So let me ask you guys a question. Okay. While I ask you this question, my requirement to you is keep sharing the session, hit the share button in the comment column, tag your friends so they'll be able to come and watch this today. We are not done yet. We got two more sessions to finish. Don't forget that. Okay. We got two more sections. Q&A. Which is easy? I need to ask you. Which is easy? Paper with data or review paper? That means empirical paper or review paper. Which one easy to write? Explain to me. So Miss Nafas said she wants to join workshop. Okay, so Miss Nafas, if you click this link from Dr. Asma, or later you just PM me lah. I'll guide you how to talk to Dr. Asma, and then you can join us for the next session. Okay, Miss Nafas, thank you very much. Miss Chitra, yes, doctor, I plan to submit my thesis to you for final proofreading after my supervisor have reviewed. Then I don't have to change anything as you have advised. Yes, Miss Chitra, please do that. Thank you very much for considering us. I truly appreciate that. Hope the 30% discount available. Yes, yes, definitely. I'll try my best. Okay. Everyone saying paper with data is easy. Paper with data is easy. Paper with data is easy. So while you guys answer, guys, please don't forget, do these three things. First step, hit share button, hit love button. Love button is here. Hit the love button. Share button is here. Hit the share button. Once you press the share button, you will go to step 2, where you can share to group, page, or profile. Okay, or you can share the link to any groups that you want them to come and join. Step 3 is to tag your friends in the comment column. Press add and tag your friends, whoever wants to watch. Okay, so while you're answering, please do this. Okay, now let's look at this paper with data again. Empirical data tagging. Thank you. Data review paper. A paper with data take months, depend experiment. Okay. Okay. It's a very fair answer. If you ask me, the reality is paper with data is easier to write. Okay. Minusing the part where you need to collect the data. Minusing the part where you need to collect the data, paper with data is easier to write. But at the same time, review paper, you can write without having anything. Your own idea, your own reading, your own critical review, your own style of writing, paper is ready for ISI. Okay. But easier to write is paper with data, because it's much easier to explain things. Okay. And much easier to get it published in high impact. All right. Okay. The link is not working, and don't worry, Miss Nafas, later you PM me, I will link you up. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next part. Now we are okay. Again, we are in the next slide. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Share and tag your friends. Okay. Now step 4. We're in section 4 now. We got 5. We're in 4 sections. So stay with me. Don't leave here. Your paper must be an informative paper. See, peer review is done for high impact papers. Okay. So your paper must give something very new, very crucial information that will attract the guy who review your paper. If it doesn't attract, if the same information, job performance, then that guy also will be performing very bad for you. Yeah, it must be something very unique. Okay, very, very unique. So therefore, you must give him something to take hope. That, very, very important finding. Next thing, well structured with perfect flow. How to know whether your paper is well structured? That's where you need to pick up proofreading, editing, structuring, or paraphrasing, proofreading, editing, and structuring. Structuring, if you see what we do, okay, it essentially improves the flow of the paper. Okay, cohesiveness, coherence, continuity, correlation, these things all will be improved through structuring. Okay, all right. Next thing, careless mistake and bad language. Again, I'm emphasizing on this, not because I'm selling proofreading. I'm already, even today, they are telling me I haven't responded to them yet. So there's so many people waiting in WhatsApp for me now. But the problem is careless mistake and bad language. I have to emphasize again, even if you don't come for proofreading, even if you don't use Grammarly, I don't care whatever you do in terms of language, but make sure, please, no careless mistake, no bad language. That will lead to rejection very easily. Okay, even at editor's desk, you'll be rejected. Immediately, you'll be rejected. Okay, so make sure when you go to a proofreading firm, make sure they give you a certificate. A certificate must be given. If they charge you for certificate, don't go to them. That is bad. Certificate supposed to be free. Okay, take a certificate. By default, you must have certificate. Submit your paper with proofreading certificate. You must. The moment they see Malaysia, Indonesia, any non-native speaking country, Middle Eastern countries, African countries, wherever, the assumption is your English is not good. This is the truth. Okay, this is the very, 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 very truth. All right. So therefore, you must submit a certificate. Okay, you must submit, and that certificate must be certified by SFEP. Okay, it's good to be certified by SFEP. So when you see our certificate, there will be an SFEP stamp down there. Society for Editors and Proofreaders UK. So that means we are a certified firm. Have that certificate. Have that stamp. That's important. Okay. All right. No problem, Miss Chitra. Later on, you just PM me later. Okay, in Facebook, I'll definitely respond to you. All right. So you have another question from Miss Abhinami. Doctor, what's your opinion on writing a few papers with the same data? You can, not data wise, unless your analysis looks at different angle, different things, different perspective. The same result, then no, that wouldn't be okay, especially high impact. Okay. Remember, you only have only one opportunity to convince your editors. Once you submit your journal secretariat, that means your journal editorial assistants or your editor, for them to only have one opportunity. Look at the paper, not clean, not well written, not good language, not structured well, immediately will be rejected at editors desk. They won't even give you an what do you call that? They won't even give you a reason. If you have proofread, then most likely you went out of scope or your paper is not strong enough in terms of content. Okay. So you can always go back to the editor and ask them. You can always ask them. Okay. All right. Next thing, amazing cover letter. Amazing cover. Part of my workshop, I provide my most amazing cover letter that took me a very long time to design. Okay. So I will provide that for free. No charges for that cover letter. Okay. I will give you two templates: how to respond to reviewers' comments, how to provide cover letter. Okay, all right. So anyone wants to join Q1 high impact journal writing with Elsevier template? I only organize sometimes one workshop per month or maybe one workshop every 2 months. I'm not a workshop guy. Okay, I only do that out of request. Okay, so therefore, if you really want to learn, come and join me. Okay, I'm more busy with proofreading and consulting rather than workshop, and I'm more busy giving these live sessions to you guys. I like to share a lot. All right. So, coming to another question, is there any difference between thesis and general style language? No, there is no. It can be the same. It can be the same. Next thing, I have a conference paper that I would like to proceed as journal for publication, but it is a concept paper. Is that doable, especially since I wish to target high impact journal? Concept paper, high impact journal, no. If you want to write review paper, SLR or scoping review, concept paper, no high impact. Cannot. It will be very, very tough. Impossible sometimes. Okay. So amazing cover letter. Next thing, you must have patience. Okay, I get a lot of clients that don't have patience because they don't know how tough it is to get into high impact journal. Okay, one of my paper, impact factor more than 3, one of the most established, well-known traditional journal in my area, IEEE journal, took me 1 year and 8 months to get it published. 4 revisions. Okay, And so therefore, when ISI delays, ISI don't do on time, they delay, they review and so on, don't complain. It is part of the process. There's nothing you can do about it. Or you have to pay a lot of money and go to MDPI. Even then, they'll give you to. I published MDPI the year before, 2018. Okay, sustainability. I published my own paper there. Took us 4 reviews to get it published. Within 1 month, they published. But within 1 month, you have to do 4 different revisions. They're very fast, but very tough as well. Okay. So there's another question here. I heard that even small mistake in the format will reject. Yes, true, it's true, Hakim. Even small mistake. That's why I must be very careful. Get expert formatters to format the paper properly. Okay, like we provide formatting services, and your language must be flawless. Flawless. When is the workshop? I have not decided yet because, as I told you, I only organize based on request. Most likely end of February. Okay. So these are the important things that you need to have. Observe. This is number 4. We are going to the final bit now. Where do I extract my journals? How many journals can I extract for my thesis and proposal? How many? As far as I can see, I think I've shared this so many times. Again, I would like to repeat this. Probably we have no different audience today. You can altogether produce 4 journals. Okay, four journals from a PhD thesis. You know how many I produce? I produce 12 journals, 12 papers. Okay, 8 journals, 4 conference papers from my thesis. Okay, within 2 years and 6 months. All right. So it took me a lot of effort, but minimum you can produce if you know how to strategize. You can produce 4 journals from your thesis. This is our step-by-step PhD thesis proposal consultancy framework. So when we take a student in, like we take in students, like yesterday we had 3 students who came in for a consultancy program. Every other day now we are too overwhelmed that I cannot cope because so many requests. This is the 11 steps program, okay, that I take them through. What do I do in this 11 program? I do either mode 1 content commenting, mode 2 face to face or online coaching, or mode 3 content editing for special cases. All right, content editing special cases. No, yeah, okay. So, sorry. Uh, where do I advise them to? Because once as they go with us, they'll tell us, Doctor, where can you extract paper for me? Please extract, or please teach me how to extract. Some people say, please extract. So I'll tell them, you can extract at step 3. Once you finish your 10 pages proposal, your chapter 1 to 3 finish, you proofread already, then you extract 2 journals. What are the 2 journals? You can go for, oh, you cannot see it here. Let me just do that. Oh, okay, actually, this okay. Let me just turn this off. Yeah. Okay. So there's no crawler. So 2 journals you can produce down here. Okay. Down here, you can produce 2 journals after you finish your proofreading of your first chapter 1 to 3. What are the 2 journals? SLR review paper or scoping review. One more conceptual review. Conceptual review aim for scopus. SLR scoping review aim for ISI. Yes, definitely doable, and we have done it before. Okay. Then you go for defense training, you go for proposal defense, you go for consultancy for defense correction, defense draft correction. You collect your data, you finish analysis. All these are part of our consultancy program. And then you finish your chapter 1 to 5. You have to align everything. Your chapter 2 must align back to chapter 5, and so on and so forth. Okay. Then you can produce 2 more journals. 2 more, yes. 2 more, you can produce. No more concept paper. Forget concept paper after that. No more. Done deal. You can produce either one more scoping or one more SLR, depending on how you can strategize your review, and you can produce one more paper with your data. Okay. This SLR or this scoping review here, you can do with meta-analysis as well. Okay. Then finally, your thesis proposal, you proofread, you go for Viva slide consultancy, we do mock Viva, we train them before they go for their Viva. This is the entire process, and that is the modes that we can do, we can help you out with, and these are some of our I did. Okay, these are some of our success stories. Okay, only some. All right. Now we are done, but don't leave yet. Q1 general writing workshop with Elsevier template, which I'll give you, not in the Elsevier format, I'll give you in slides format that you can use to construct introduction, literature review, abstract, your discussion, conclusion, and so on. Okay, methodology as well. Results I don't give because result depends on you. So it's coming soon. Only one every 1 or 2 months, probably March onwards, I won't be able to do anymore because I'm going for special workshop cohort in MMU, they're hiring me to train all their lecturers, okay, most of them to write strong Scopus journals. Okay, all right. So most likely for this year, once if I'm attending to MMU already for a few months, I won't be doing any workshop, private workshops. All right. So look into this. Do get in touch with me. Okay. So we have a question here. Wait, let me come from the top. Okay, we have when is the workshop? I already answered that. Next thing is that me 5 revisions, patience. Very good. Okay, I'm very happy for you. How often did you submit papers, doctor? 8 papers in 2.5 years is tough. 12 papers in 2.5 years, not 8 papers. 12 papers in 1 year. When I was in second year, that 1 year I think I submitted at least 8 papers. Finally, I think I submitted about 4 papers. Okay, 12 papers in 2.6, 2.5 years. It was crazy, trust me. Okay, it was not enjoyable. How to join a consultancy program? Miss Nur Shamatul, please kindly PM me in Facebook, because if I give the link here, the link might not work for you to WhatsApp me. Or you guys can message me directly to my number. WhatsApp, please. I've given you my number. Yes, MMU coming soon. I'm working very closely with RMC. Now since MCO, everything is slowly pausing, but I'll get to that very soon. Okay. So this is my number. You can always take the number, WhatsApp me, or you can always PM me in Facebook. But I prefer number direct WhatsApp. Okay, and then I'll tell you what to email us and so on. All right. So that's all. Don't wait. Don't forget to wait for it. Don't go yet. So next week we are having comprehensive chapter 1 template. I need your help. Spread the news to your friends. Make sure come and attend 3rd February, 1:30 p.m. I'm going to explain step by step chapter 1 writing. Step by step is not like, I can do what I do in 30, 40 minutes, okay? But I'll give you comprehensive chapter 1 template. Next week, 3rd February, 1:30 p.m. Don't forget. And after that, again, we have help day on 5th February, okay? Please spread the message, spread the news, ask your friends, your supervisors, your colleagues to come and join us, okay? Number again, this is the number. 017-671-2515. Okay. Yeah, it's in the comment. Yeah. Okay. So don't forget. And before you leave, I need 3 things from you. Okay, 3 things from you. First thing, please, please, please focus on publishing high impact papers, ISI papers. You know today what is required to get into ISI papers, impact papers. All right. Second thing, I need your help to share this session. I've given a very free sharing with you. All I need back from you is to hit the share button, share it across groups, page, and so on, so others can watch us. Second thing, hit the love button, and finally, please tag your friends in the comment column. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a final question here. Would you still recommend publishing abstracts only in international conferences? That depends on you. If the paper is not very strong, you only want to go for holiday, then yes. But now you're going to go for holiday anyway, so might as well you submit everything to a journal. Unless from a conference, you can extend to submit to a journal, you know the strategy already, then yes, it's good to go for conference, and then you extend, go for a journal. Okay, try not to trust conference with that they say they will take the journal, your paper, and publish in a journal. Don't trust them. Sometimes it will never happen. Okay, it's better you take and you publish it yourself. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Wish you all the best. Thank you, Mr. Lokman. Thank you for joining me today. Have a very good weekend. See you guys on 3rd February. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. See you on 3rd February.